Hello and welcome. Test 1, 2, 3. Just going to go through early part of this month. As you can see, it's been ridiculous this month so far. As usual, every single entry and exit has been called on Twitter. Currently let's have a look. 2,468 people. So nothing to hide as usual, just the truth. You can go and check the feed yourself if you're as sad as I am. But anyway, absolutely bonkers month, and we're only, well, I'm doing this on the 9th of the 5th at 4:01 UK times. You can see the clock at the bottom, well, the calendar clock at the bottom right hand side of the screen. UK elections were good fun. I really had to control myself, otherwise I think I'd have made a lot more points, but I didn't want to give anything back, and as you can see so far this month, I've not had a losing day. That's not always the case. As you can see if you've watched any of the other videos, I do have losing days. No one's perfect by any means, but been on a real good run this year. Doing this anyway. Health-wise, not so good. Still can't walk, can hardly see. Anyway, that's not the purpose of the video. Purpose just to go through these few trades, just tell you why I got in, and then we'll continue it for the rest of the month and do another one at the end of the month. And there's no way I'm going to lose all these points, so whatever happens now, it's going to be, I would say if I get down to 100 for the month, I will close it down and have some time off. But I won't. There's no way I'm going to lose 300 points. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to let myself, you know, we all lose now and again. Well, we all lose a lot actually, but anyone that tells you that doesn't is a liar, and I'm quite happy to state that, put my name to it. We all lose, but it's just, you know, I'm probably the world's worst loser sometimes. I don't like to lose. No one does, but so I get stuck, and sometimes I'll lose 140, 180 points, as you've seen on other videos. But at the end of the day, it's when I'm well up. So I can afford it, but it's still annoying. It's definitely not the right thing to do. Anyway, let's get back to this. And this is a bit, you have to just bear with me 1 minute while I mess about with the charts and everything else. So let's go to here. Let's go back to the first. So we're on an hourly chart. Just go back. I do apologise for the clicks. I try and click as quietly as I can, but the onboard microphone makes it sound like there's a herd of elephants jumping across the keyboard. So this will be the 1st of May, somewhere in here. So we're on an hourly chart. I should be able to do it off an hourly. If not, I'll zoom in a little bit. But again, as I always say, you can print my Twitter feed off, and you can look on your own charts. This video really is not really to well, it's not to show you how good I am, because I'm not very good at all really, but it's just to show you why I got in. If you want the actual details, and I suggest you drill down to a 5-minute chart or a 3-minute chart, but which we'll see what happens. We might do on this in a minute. Let's see. So on the first, just basically long all the way, 69.37. Yeah, so you can see on here, this is typical me. I was long. These are in time. These are in date. Sorry, I got it right first time. These are in time order. So you can see I got in at 37. Market went against me. I added at 20. It looked like it stabled. So I added at 22, and then obviously it went up. And I probably got. I got out on these at 74. Look, you can see. Then I decided to take another one. Market obviously stalled, and came back down a bit to 62. Got out for -10, went long again, and then gave 10 back. I'm quite happy with this. Well, I'm happy with this obviously, but I'm quite happy with these -10s. That's what you should be doing. As you can see down here, I was, you know, 53 points I threw away on the 5th, which was, well, I'm not going to swear, but I put it in my spreadsheet. And always keep a spreadsheet. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can write it down in a notebook if you want. You can put it on post-it notes and stick it on the side of your monitor, or get a tattoo on your arm, or whatever you want to do. But got to keep a record. Yes, you can print it out of your trading account, but the mental exercise of you writing down your entries and your exits and your reasons. I don't put the reasons on these videos. Well, excuse the pun, for various reasons, because I would say it's not my. I was going to say it's my system, but it's not really. It's methods. I haven't invented anything here. I just studied and studied and studied and worked out what works, and hopefully works more than what doesn't. So that's the reason why I don't put the reasons in too much. Sometimes I do. Down on the 7th and the 8th UK elections, that was just the reason. There was no other logical reason other than that, really. That was that. Well, I went short, long, and then shorts again, and then long at the end. It's just, I knew the market. Well, I didn't know, obviously. No one knows. I just assumed the market would be chopping around early on, waiting to see if the Conservatives got back in, which they did. And nice to see them with a majority. Not that I'm political, but I think it's better for the country if one party has a majority rather than to do deals and argue behind the scenes and exchange £5 notes under the table, which they don't, obviously. But I'm sure there's some negotiating done when there's a hung parliament or a split parliament. So at least one's in charge anyway. Let's digress. So let's go back to the charts. I'm just going to just bear with me a minute while I split this up. I do apologise for the clicks. It's just the way it is. If anyone can fix it, I'd love to know how. It's so noisy, but it's so quiet here. So let's just move this. Use my cluttered desktop. Drag this back to here. Okay. Better. So, where are we? First. So we're on an hourly chart. Where are we here? The 1st of May, 8 o'clock. So I can still see this to read. Long 69.37. So we opened at 50. We came down to 14 in the hour, and basically I was had a long bias for the day. Why did I have a long bias? Well, 7,000 area. This 7,000 level has been tested so many times. And, we are in an upswing. There's no doubt about it. FTSE's at record highs. Excuse me. USA's at highs. I don't. Well, you can see it on the spreadsheet. I've been more long than short. You still take shorts when you've had a move up, but overall I'm biased up, and that's, if you take from the first to now, we're at 35, so we've not come up too much, but overall we're up. And anyway, so long at 69.37, somewhere in this candle here. It's all sell off. My mind was long. I would have added at 20, added at 22, so this must have come down. Yeah, it got right down to 14 in this first hour. And then I bailed, when it started to go up, I bailed at 64 to, sorry, yes, I got 74 in here, didn't I? Sorry, the first 3 trades would have been on this downswing here. Bailed at 74, then I don't know why I decided to go long again. Price must have stalled. Highest here, 69.52. So I obviously held them into here somewhere. Highest here, 83. So I decided to take another bite long. Now you can do that. I mean, I've closed them 3 trades and I'm up 80, 100 points. Well, more than 100 points. So I decided to go long again at 74, looking for a move higher. Didn't work out. Cut it for minus 10. Pulled back down again. Well, it obviously did if I took minus 10. Another chunk at 62, and then short again. So that's all a bit of a mess, was that really? All these 3 trades cost me 10 points, but I'm happy that I stuck to 10s. When I first started doing trading, especially when I first started teaching people, I always look for 10 points, plus or minus 10. And if you can win more than you lose, you'll make money. And people say, oh, you don't make much money if you make 10 points a day, but trust me, you can live on 10 points a day. 200-300 quid a day, then if you can't live on that, you're either living beyond your means, or you're spending a lot of money. Obviously you can, I mean you can spend thousands a day, but if you're an average person like me, 300 quid a day, 200 quid a day is ample. You know, it's £1,000 a week, you can't, no, 52 grand a year. But it's not, because you can't trade 52 weeks a year anyway, but you get the point. You don't need hundreds of points, even though I did make 108.7, which is my monthly target, is 100, which is why I'm doing this video now, because well, to coin a well-used phrase, I've totally smashed it this month. So 100 would normally be it. Certainly for someone just starting out in trading, if you set yourself a target of 100 points in a month, I would say if you can make 100 in a month, I'd stop, come back next month. You know, at £10 a point, it's £1,000 in your pocket. You can buy a holiday for that. You can do whatever you want with it. You could just eat out for a month, and you know, fill your car up for the rest of the month for £1,000. So never forget the money. You know, points, as I say, points are vanity, pounds are sanity. You know, there's a reason why people like IG and all the others show you your profit and loss in pounds and not in points. Points are irrelevant, really. It's, you can't go to your local. Well, we have 7-Elevens here, but Spar's equivalent in the UK. You say, "Oh, I made 100 points today. Can I have all the shopping?" And we're going, "Look you like a madman." So never forget the money. It's all about the money, which unfortunately it shouldn't be, but it is. Anyway, moving on to the 5th. So I had a bit of a break. Can't exactly remember why, and it's only been a few days ago, but never mind. I'll be 4th, of course it'll be the weekend. But anyway, 5th, long 70.29, bear with me. So I'll try to go long up here. This will probably be about 8 o'clock candle here. 9 o'clock, sorry, 8 o'clock. So open at 34, lowest down. So we had a bit of retracement and then back up again. So I managed to grab 10 on that. Added at 21 as it come back. This is what I normally do, and this confuses people, but I find that it suits my style. And when I spent months and months and months, probably 6 months, if not best part of a year, following people. Signed up for a few services, well, more than a year actually. I was just thinking, I was a member of Forex service for a year, ended up being a moderator on there, and just studying what people do. And then I found out what works for myself, and I think that's critical. And a lot of people don't get that, and unfortunately the people that don't succeed in this game. The people that can get that do very, very well. But it's, the first service I signed up for, I'm not going to mention any names. It was a simple SMS service. Well, it wasn't actually. It was the second. Sorry. And you get a message in the morning at 8:30. Long footsie at XYZ. And I had my computer on and logged in and account open, ready to pick the buttons, and look at the, say if the text comes in at buy at 67, you look at the long, obviously. You look at your text and you look at your computer and it's at 78. You think, oh, if I got in at 67, I'd have made 12 points or 10 points or whatever. And you're always chasing your tail unless it's in a live environment. But at the end of the day, you've got to learn to do it for yourself, and a lot of people just don't understand that. I spent a lot of money on services and software. Did I make any money? Yes. Did I overall make a profit? No. I had about nearly 3 years of not making any money. Made some, but then lost a lot, and just decided to learn it for myself, which is what I did. So I just gave up. I bought some software. I'm not going to tell you how much it was, but I just junked it. But I haven't got it anymore. I thought I still got it somewhere, but I haven't. It was a bit of famous Forex software that was expensive, advertised well, did work if you knew how to use it, but at the end of the day you could have run it off the charts when you worked out actually what it did. There was another service that I nearly signed up for, which was 4,000. There was 4,000 or £4,900, and they had this supercomputer program that they ran overnight and then printed you out. So it emailed you a list of levels to look in the markets in Forex, buy cable at this, sell euro dollar at this, etc., etc. And I so nearly bought it, Thought it must be good at that price, and I didn't for various reasons, and I think they closed it all down after 6 months. And they had a fancy website and a fancy offices, and oh, you can come and look at our software, and we'll show you how we roll this thing out overnight. And thankfully, I didn't spend the money. There's no substitute for learning it yourself, and that unfortunately involves time. There's no quick fix in this game, honestly. Anyone tells you there's a quick fix, look at this, it's magic, it does this. You know, I'm showing you how many points I make, but you know, there's a lot of years and years of work gone into this, and there's no software, there's no nothing, it's just time. Anyway, that's my rant over for today. I even forgot where we are now. I think we're on the 5th, weren't we? So yeah. So I scaled in on the way down, but we came down 29, 21, 14, 6. Came back up. I closed some on the way back up, and where did we get to in the end? High 54. So yeah, look for a slammer. Slammers into 50s or 40s or 00s. Very, very profitable trade. So then you're on a high. Then you're at 36, 66, 72. Then 34. Go plus 100. You know, we're 120, 130 points up here. I should have just turned it all off. I mean, I started to go short at 46. Took two chunks at 46, as we did a wash and wipe of 50. And a wash and wipe is simply where it goes above a certain level, normally 5000, but it can be the high of the day or the high of the month, or you know, whatever has been it's bounced off before. And you simply wait for it to come back down below that level a few points, and you can just take the short and just put your stop 10 points above. So if it goes back up, you get out, because it's obviously broken that level. So you can do the reverse on the downside as well. It works both ways. Very, very simple, but very, very successful. So took 2 chunks at that. So it obviously divvied around for a bit, but I was obviously confident it wasn't going to go up, and then I cocked up. So then when it came down, I think I know why I got back in at this. It's fairly obvious, really. I got out at 33s for 26, and then the price came down, 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 and I've been sat here going, oh God, I could have had, you know, 50 points on each of them, but not 50, but 30 points on each of them anyway. And then you think, this is where the market gets to you, and you think, if only. What I should be doing is think, oh, I've got 100 points for today. Good night, and send a message on Twitter and see you tomorrow. But did I? No, didn't. So then, so that's where we are down here. It must have been early on in this lowest, yeah, 988. So I obviously thought, oh, we've come down 40 odd points. We're probably going to bounce at 00. Again, reverse. What's the word? Reversal magic number, wash and wipe. But instead of waiting for it to come back above, what did I do? Got in too early. 12 and 001, and this is my biggest issue. I'm quite happy taking small losses, but when I'm up, I think, oh, I'm up so and so, then I can afford to run it. But then you sort of get out for the wrong reasons. And I bailed at 69.80, and I turned the computer off and went and did something else. I was annoyed at that. I gave back 53 points. Scandalous. Anyway, never mind. I mean, one of the things you've got to do in trading is you've got to keep going at it. Like I said, it took me 3 years to learn. But it probably took me 2.5 years to mess about and 6 months to learn, once I'd realised. But I think you've got to. You know, I certainly bashed my head against a brick wall. I think in a way you've got to do. If you start trading and you're suddenly successful and you're making lots of money, then I think that can be very dangerous. Because you think you're invincible and it's dead easy, and then you do something stupid and you can't afford to take the loss and you get wiped, and then you call it a day and give in. So if you can afford to lose the money in a way, it's a bizarre way. I always used to think of it that it's like cost of the service. If you're paying £50 a month, £100 a month, I've paid in the past. You've just got to see it as as education, which is what it's sold as, obviously. And if you make money on it, good. If you don't, as long as you don't lose too much, it's not so bad. But when I wrote software in my old business, we charged £500–600 a day just for me to sit at a computer and type. So, I'm not here to sell anything, but if you subscribe to someone that can show you what they're doing and they're profitable, and you're paying £100 a month and you're getting 10, 20, 30 hours a month out of them, then it's well worth paying. And I'm not on about one of those expensive £1,000 seminars. I'm not going to say anything about that, but if you can spend some time with someone that's actually doing it live in real time, then you've got to see it as the price of education and nothing else. But anyway, moving on to the sticks. Where are we? Long at 40, looking for a slammer into 50. You'll see this all the time. So we opened at 22, 8 o'clock. Got out early. I think the price must have gone up, divvied around, and I took +8 on that. Came back down, 26 level. Again, bear with me a minute. 26 lowest, 25. So yeah, I mean, again, I always say you can check on Twitter if you want the actual times, but Twitter only show you hours ago. They don't show you hours and minutes, but it's not rocket science. So long at 26, I must have added 25. So probably price messed about, got out at 48, so +50, and then decided to go short at 65. This candle here, 65, right? Yeah, 65. I know my trades are in the morning, so it's easy to find. The only time I trade in the evening is if I've been running trades all day or I've had a bad day, and I'll keep going until if I see something to do, obviously. So 63 on that. Now the 7th was the day of the evening of the election. So 7th short 68.85. So where are we in here? 68, yeah, 68.85. So somewhere in here, 8 o'clock. I usually trade 8 o'clock. The reason why I went short is I didn't think the market would be going up with the uncertainty of the election, put it that way. The number one thing markets hate is uncertainty. Whether it's a FTSE, whether it's oil, gold, you name it, they don't like uncertainty. They like to know what's going to happen, and they like things to move slowly. If the election had gone horribly wrong and UKIP had got in, then where do you think the FTSE would have gone? Highly unlikely, but if you're investing millions, or hundreds of thousands even, in other people's money in an investment fund, would you really want to be trading today when it's uncertain? No. So short in this 8 o'clock candle, 68.85, 69. Yeah, so we opened above 6,900, then we came down. So I waited a little bit. So we've done a wash and wipe effectively on 8 o'clock. Not well. It is and it's not really. It's not a technical one because we were coming down before, but we broke through 0-0 anyway. So I waited for a bit to see if we were going to pop back up. We didn't, so I just went short, one trade, sit and wait, and got that out down here, 10 o'clock, 68.08. Could have had a lot more, and that was it. But I think I've turned the computer off and hid it in the bedroom. And obviously, I wish I hadn't, with hindsight. I'd have gone long probably in here and made some more money, but never mind. And can't complain with +50. Met 50 every day, I'd be a very rich man. Everybody would be. But anyway, so on the 8th, woke up to the election, watched it here, middle of the night, quite tired. I'm not going to go into political, but I think for the country, the best thing was they've got a majority in Parliament, and well done. Anyway, so these were pre-open. These two shorts. I was expecting a bit of profit taking. When's this? 7 o'clock. Yeah, I saw this candle at 7 o'clock. We had this spike. At 7 o'clock. Still market's closed, but I can't remember how this ties in with the actual results. But I think it was fairly obvious by then that Conservatives were going to win. I'm not sure if they knew that at that point they were going to have a majority, but so we got this opening spike, and I just had to short it, even though I wanted to go long. I just can't resist shorting when I see a spike. This is not Forex. So pre-open we went from 81 to 57. You know, what's that? 70-point move in an hour. Pre-open, based on. Anyway, so I just shorted it on the open. It's very rare. Well, I do trade pre-open sometimes. So a bit late, 30s, and so yeah, I actually didn't do very well on that today. Took plus 15 and tried to short it again. So I'm looking for a slammer. When did we go down here? Lowest 69.90. Did I get out 69.90? No, I was looking, obviously before. It's all in this candle here. So I gave 10 back. Yeah, it's since in the 7 o'clock. That's why I put a note in here. I was expecting lower before cash open. I don't trade before 7 o'clock, which is no point. Even if there's a good trend and a good entry, I'll wait. So then had a bit of a break, and then just 26. Where are we? 26. You know, sorry, 26 was pre. Yeah, sorry. 26 would have been pre-open as well. That's why it's just down here. I'm just trying to go long into this. So that was the 8 o'clock. So it came down. Lowest 69.90. So I waited it for it to break back up above 700 again. So I waited for it to come back up. So I was long at 8, 5, 1, and got out at 30s. In fact, this might have been it. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused because I put this here rather than here. That's why. Anyway, so yeah, longs into here, and then tried to take some profit, shorting. Very, very tight stop for once. Just because my heart was really wasn't in it. I had a good day. 15, well 5, 9, 22, 45, 54, 74, 83. So I wasn't going to give anything back, and then I decided to go short at 42, which has probably been, we're way up here. 42, highest 62, highest 47. Again, it could be in here. I don't put time and date. I put time. Sorry, I put dates on here by the book. I don't put times. Maybe I should do actually. Obviously, I can go into my account and actually work out exactly which candle it was. But the best thing to do is follow the Twitter, and you can work it out. So yeah, short down to 30, just quick 12, and then long from 30 to 43. There was just this chop in here, and managed to get 105 out of that, which I was a little bit lucky. But the best thing about this is, it's not this, to be honest, it's this. -2, -3, -10. You know, that's what you should be seeing, -10s. You can always get back in. I keep saying this. You know, when we teach people, it's like, you can always get back in, don't worry. And then, what do I do? Sometimes I do the opposite and hold and hold and hold, which is not good. Anyway, so that's the first few days of May. So now the 9th of May 2015, which is a Saturday. And if I was giving some famous £1,000 a day seminar, I'd say, right, let's see what we can trade now and take a live trade. But you may laugh, but it's been done. And if you can find it on YouTube if you really want to go digging. It's quite funny. How can you trade on a Saturday? So we'll do a live trade. This is in front of a few hundred people, well, a few hundred people. Let's do a live trade on this market. I think he made a few thousand, but how he did that on a Saturday, I don't know. But anyway, so that's it. Digress too much. So good start to May. You can't really ask for much more. Well, you can obviously, but there's no greed in this game. So I really could just pack in for the rest of the month, which I'm not going to do obviously, because I actually like doing it. And again, if you don't like doing it, if you don't like the skill of trading, you know, you're going to try and, let's get the right word, imagine in your head that, you know, you're sat in a room with 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people, and you're all betting, and it is a bet whether this price is going to go up or down. And who are you betting against? You're betting against the person next door to you, or the guy in front of you, or the guy 10 rows in front of you, because they've got the opposite idea. And where does the market go? It goes where the majority have the idea. And it's a skill of getting in majority is all there is. I always say, what's the price going to do? It can do three things, but primarily it can only go up or it can only go down. It does go sideways sometimes, but even then it'll have to go up and down, then up and down, then up and down to go sideways. You very rarely see a flat line. Markets go dead, but when they move 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, but it's still a move. If you scalp 2 or 3 points up, then scalp 2 or 3 points down, you can make a few points. We can make up quite a lot of points a day. But I'm not a scalper; it's not my style. But anyway, so 405. I'm well happy with that. Just in case, well, you've seen the other videos. If not, then you can go and check the other videos out. But not had a losing month for a long while now. Certainly not this year, anyway. And that's it. And for next week, I would expect a little bit of profit taking coming in. Just have a look at this. On an hourly, I would expect. Obviously, it's the weekend now. Let's do a live trade. It's the weekend. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I'd expect a bit of profit taking at these 70-35 levels. Certainly, if we can get back up here, I'd be interested in watching for shorts. Let's go to a daily, see where we're at on a daily. Yeah, we've got lots of resistance up here. The market has not. Obviously, if we make these new highs, if we break above the 7100s again, I think we bounced off 7100 a few times before we have yet. If we can break 7100 again and hold, then we should see another move up. But I'm not really into forecasting really, so we'll do what it does, and as usual, you just trade what you see. So on the downside, if we can get down to 20 level, which is, I'd be interested in the short down to 700, 700 and 710 have been so strong. If you look through your charts, you can do them yourself. And that's it. Thanks so much for listening, and if you haven't done already, have a look at some of the other videos. Hope I don't bore you too much, but it is what it is. And as I said before, if you want to print the Twitter out, you can print some screenshots of the video, so you've got my spreadsheet, and you can spend a few hours working it all out for yourself if you wish, and just use it as a a learning exercise. Just saying that, seeing we've had this high, you can draw a line down through here. If we break above this line on Monday, you can go long, and then if we break, let's come down a little bit. We need to break these lows here really, which is down at 19 area. I've said before, 20 area. So if I was doing, I spend 5 minutes in the morning just looking at the market. And if you're doing it every day, then you don't need to study it for hours, because it's ingrained in your memory. And if it isn't, you just look at this and say, right, okay, if this was Monday, 7 o'clock now, right, I'm looking for a break above 40, I'm going to take the slammer to 50. I'm actually probably going to just move my stop, because I reckon if we do go up for a slammer, I reckon we might get to 60, and above that up to 70. And if we do break 30 area, I'm going to take a short down to 20. And that's it. That's how long it takes to take a trade plan. And I suggest you write it down, or well, write it down really. I don't anymore. I just have the spreadsheet, so when I enter a trade, I update the spreadsheet immediately, otherwise I forget to do it. And the mere conscious act of writing it down is number one, really. Just get a blank piece of paper and go, right, trade plan for what will be the 11th. Right, I'm going to sell 30, looking for 20, or I'm going to buy 40, looking for 50, possibly running to 60. Simple as that. And if the market doesn't do that, then leave it half an hour, and if it's chopping around, or it suddenly spikes up to 70, you can't get in, or you've gone to make a cup of tea or something and you've missed it, then rip your trade plan up, or scrub it out, and let's make a new one. So right, okay, we're now at 60, so if we get to 58 on the short side, I'm going to look for a slammer to 50, and if it breaks above 80, I'm looking for a move into 7100. It's as simple as that. It really is. You don't need, well, I would say you don't need. I'm sorry, I'm ranting a little bit now, but I would say you don't need indicators. But you could argue that just the price is an indicator. But I don't. Very rarely I'll use Fibonacci. If we get a really big move and I'm looking to sell it retracement or apply it back, whichever way it's gone, I will pull fibs for risk levels. But other than that, I used to use 3 and 5 minute moving averages, but you don't need a moving average to tell you if the price is going down or up. I don't use anything else. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. If it makes money for you and you've got this fantastic indicator, the Flow and Jetsam indicator, say, that works for you, then fair enough. But I don't use any of them. I just know there's hundreds and hundreds for sale, and they all can't be good. Because if I wrote an indicator and it worked, I wouldn't be selling it for $9.99 or $19.99 and all that. But anyway, I did write some indicators years ago, and at the end of the day, it was just a waste of time. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, check out some of the other videos. I can annoy you on them as well. And we'll see what happens next week. I'm away Thursday and possibly Friday next week. So it's a short week for me. But as you can see, not really need to do much. I've paid all my bills for this month. I cash out now, so I can afford to risk a few more points. Obviously, but there's no way I'm giving back, hundreds and hundreds of points this month. If I have, say, I've only got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if I have a bad Monday or Tuesday, I'll probably just, I will call it a week. So just come back on Monday the week after. Do not throw your points away once you've made them. It's so hard to make but so easy to lose. And on that note, I shall close this, and thanks so much for listening. 36 minutes and 37 minutes now, and I will speak to you again soon.